Hi, I'm Sans.
And I'm Shira,
This is Gift of the Gab.
where we take contemporary issues and look at them through a giving lens. How are you doing this week, Sans?
Doing great. Really happy. Looking forward to the rest of the week.
Good.
How about you?
All good, thank God. Can't complain.
Good.
So this week, I wanted to bring up something that happened to us last week in one of our meetings. I don't know if you remember this moment. We met with someone who's very involved in lots of different charitable projects, a real amazing person in the community.
Okay.
And one of the statements that he made to us, I don't know if you remember the statement, was quite striking. He said, I just want to say at the end of everything, I don't want my name involved in this project. I'm doing it all behind the scenes. And he said, I'm a mushroom. I'm under the dirt. I don't want to be out in the limelight. Please do not involve me. I'm going to get involved in the behind the scenes, but don't mention my name. Which I thought was unbelievable, really.
No, he was,
unbelievable thing, right?
Different guy, different character.
Yeah, to work so hard and to do so much good for the community. And we wouldn't have known anything.
I know. And the things that he started sharing that he possibly had a hand in was beyond.
Yeah. But yet, to not have that recognition or that limelight, it got me thinking, we know that it's great to do something privately and to do kindness without telling anyone about it. But is that the ideal we should be striving for? Should we all be striving towards that? It just got me thinking. What do you think?
I think that's okay. So this is where we're going. So I'll share something that you just brought up with is Maimonides. Maimonides, 800 years ago, lived. He was a medieval scholar, actually a doctor, and he actually took care of the Sultan of Egypt, or for a while. Having said that, he came up with an unbelievable hierarchy of giving, of the charitable acts of giving. And the highest level is to give a person the means to actually make their own money and pay for their own way. The second one, just under that, is very interesting, is that when someone does something anonymous for someone else and the person receiving it doesn't know who the person that gave is, so neither of them know each other.
Oh, so kind of like how we deliver the gift delivers the food bags.
Pretty much.
The person knocks on the door, runs away, and no one interacts with each other, doesn't know who they've given to and who's received who they've received from.
Exactly.
That's
It's
really cool.
it's you talk about that. It's funny, being the MD of Gift, and I don't know any of the 400 families plus that we give to on a regular basis.
Amazing.
I don't. Do you know?
I know some if they've come to contact with me directly, but otherwise I wouldn't have any idea. It's amazing. It's actually amazing.
So that is how we do it. So okay. That's exactly what Maimonides was saying, and I can share just a very short story about that myself. When we got married, we were in Israel, we were in yeshiva, my wife and I, and I didn't come there with a lot of means, and just wasn't able to actually have any help from family at that stage. And a rabbi had organized the entire wedding to be paid by someone. And to this day, 21 years later, we do not know who paid for our wedding.
Wow.
But they paid for our entire wedding. It was a pretty no-frills wedding.
That's amazing.
It was an amazing thing. But they paid for every single thing. And there was, still to this day, I wish I knew so I could say thank you. I haven't been able to ever say thank you.
That's
I did
amazing,
say thank you via the rabbi, and I said, please pass it on. And he said, I will, and thank you for that. But
it's even more incredible that I guess it's even more incredible that person didn't want the credit, didn't want that thank you.
And I get the feel from my rabbi that this person does this for, this. I was not the only one.
Really?
Yeah, pretty
wow.
amazing.
That's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm also coming from a charity point of view, where obviously at Gift, we would love, I do social media for Gift, and what we love is when people do good stuff through volunteering and then tag us and say, look what I'm doing right now, and then share a video of them doing something. Obviously, that's what I love.
So that's such a major point, because going back to Maimonides and seeing, that someone has to be completely anonymous both ways in terms of the giving, you do lose something. And I think this is the question we might want to ask ourselves, is that when people, and you see these wings of medical centers and schools and etc. have names that people paid for that building. You get inspired by that. Having said that, the person that gives the money, there's somewhere along the line they lose that altruism, or do they?
Or do they?
I think that's the question.
Because what they're doing is great, regardless. We know that.
Of course, it's unbelievable. They've given a school, they've given a clinic, but I think it comes on them to feel in the giving mindset. Have they reduced their own standard of giving?
Right.
Does it become nearly like, I would say, a business transaction rather than a complete act of altruism? And I think that's the question.
I'm gonna give you my dilemma that happened last year.
Okay.
As you know, we had a project called One Small Deed, which was we made up loads of packages for the homeless, and we wanted to encourage people. One simple thing: keep a package for the homeless in your car. Right. You remember that you kept it in your car. We all had them in our car, and we wanted to. Our goal was to just give like hundreds out, thousands out to people. Everyone just keep one in their car, and if you see someone homeless on the street, it's got all the essentials, and you can give out food to someone. Okay. And I had this moment when we were launching the project, and we just needed a good image of someone receiving the pack, because having a picture of the pack on the advertising is great, but it's not powerful enough. I wanted a picture of someone who needed it.
Just say 1,000 words.
Yeah, sitting with the pack and just like showing how much they appreciate it or something.
Right.
So I went out to central London, and I'm not normally comfortable taking pictures of people receiving goods, homeless people receiving things that I've given them. I don't like that look at what we've been doing. It gets a bit uncomfortable for me to do that. So I went out to central London, and I figured I had to get a picture. So I spoke to this guy, and I asked him in advance, and I said, we're just doing a project to give out these packages more. I'm going to give you one anyway. Right. I wasn't going to take it back after I took the picture. I'm going to give you one anyway, mate.
Sorry.
But could I give this to you and take a picture of you? I'll blur out your face. I just need a picture of someone with their homeless sign receiving the pack, so we can put it on the advertising. And the guy said, of course, no problem. Really happy to do it. So I gave him the pack. I took the picture. I was going to blur out his face. And this guy was driving past on his motorbike. He stopped next to me, and he got off, and he started screaming at me, telling him, I'm disgusting. You're disgusting. You're exploiting someone. What you're doing is really wrong. And I kind of he drove back off, and I felt horrible. And I wanted to say to him, but I was doing it for a really good reason. So was I wrong? Should I
we see all these social media videos now, social responsibility, and people, doing these things. I think that boils down to when, the social media videos, all these social media videos that come out, people, giving rent and paying for a person's car.
I do love those videos.
And sitting down next to a homeless man and just giving him $1,000. I think that inspires people. Right. As much as that, why do we watch it? Why does that get thousands and millions of likes?
It makes me feel so good.
That's why. So if it makes you feel so good watching it, imagine what it would feel like if you actually were doing it.
Love that.
And I think that is the key in terms of the dilemma on the one side to the other is, do we actually get inspired? And can you be inspired by seeing a name on a building, saying, wow, that guy, I know who he is. I might have the same means. Maybe I should be doing this too.
Right.
Or staying in terms of, being completely anonymous and realizing and saying, I'm doing this for the most altruistic reason. I don't want to be known. That's the thing.
That's a really powerful. I hear it, and it is a balance. And I guess no one ever knows the motivation behind why anyone's doing it.
Exactly, that's also a thing. The Talmud does say that one thing you can never know is what's in a person's thoughts. So we can say, he just wants his name on the building. You hear those kind of things, but the person wanted to inspire others, and by doing what he did, inspired many people along the way to do more. So it's a tricky one.
But I think that's on that note, I think that's where we should be going with this. Whenever you're doing something good, you weigh up. If you do have to, I wasn't comfortable taking the picture of the homeless guy, but I knew that it was what was needed. Right. And that maybe the discomfort was a good thing, if that makes sense. But if I wanted to tell people about it and made me feel really good about myself to share that's maybe where it might be for my own ego or for my glory rather than for the right reasons.
Yeah. I think that's where we're going to leave it at this.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to, I'm not 100% sure myself. I have to chew it over a little bit
I would
more.
love to hear people's thoughts as well. Is it better to be a fungi,
Definitely.
like the mushroom man? Or
Oh my gosh, that is actually a yellow card right there.
should we be
I
fungi?
can't believe you just said that on air.
Twice. I said it twice.
Maybe just upgrade it to red card. You have to leave the building, Shira.
Or should we be out there in the open and proud and loud and say, this is what we do and we want people to follow our footsteps?
Okay, so I think we're going to leave it there. And it's been really good talking to you as always. And,
Likewise, Rabbi.
And until next time, have a great day and keep doing good things.
Gift's mission is to inspire and enable lifelong giving. Subscribe to Gift of the Gab podcast wherever you get your podcast from. And feel free to drop us a note at podcast@jgift.org if you have any comments or any suggestions of what we should be talking about in future. And of course, check us out on social media @Gift Charity for ways to get involved. Thanks so much.